Yeah, that should be fine. About weight loss. Well, I'm down 200 pounds currently as I'm sitting. This was me at damn near my biggest. Okay. And I look disgusting. I still think I look disgusting. Um, People tell me I don't, but I think I do. That's another thing you're gonna get. Crazy amount of body dysmorphia. Pull up the Instagram just because that's all I have. But yeah. You know, you see the comments, people, oh, good job, you know. And that's nice and all, but at the end of the day, I still feel disgusting and whatnot. So, this main video is just talking about that, right? Is talking about weight loss, okay? Now, I don't want to make this video crazy long because I want to make more videos, but I think what I'm going to do is I want to post on Instagram, like, what I eat a day, because people ask about that shit. What I'm doing currently, people ask about that shit and whatnot. But what I'm, you know, people ask, oh, why'd you do it? What made you want to lose the weight? Which I think we could talk about. I think that might be a good first topic to talk about. And I kind of got off topic a little bit, but I have multiple topics in my head that I want to talk about, but I can't really, like, I don't know. I was talking about this with my friend the other day, but it's like I have shit in my head. I can visualize it, I can see it, but I can't speak it. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It just, the words just don't come out. Like you could ask me like a song from an artist that I listen to religiously. I know all the words to the songs. I know everything. I know the cover photo. I know everything. I just can't visualize. I just can't put it into words. You know what I mean? But yeah, also I just got done with the gym today, not too long ago, and so I figured this would be a good day to talk. But yeah, first thing is these are gonna be more structured. Trust me, it's not just gonna be me rambling all the videos, but these are gonna be a little more structured. But what made you want to lose the weight is what we'll first talk about. This will be the first episode, okay? And it's about how people treated me, okay? How people still treat you, because I'm not nearly where I want to be. That's fine. But yeah, it's one of the first reasons is how people treat you. Okay, so my whole life, I was overweight. I don't have many pictures because I've deleted pretty much every picture that exists of me. I literally had to get that picture for that bullshit right there. I don't know how to put it right there. That bullshit. I had to get that picture sent to me from a friend because I deleted everything. Virtually everything that ever existed of me up until about a year or so ago. And I'm still disgusted of pictures from even 6 months ago. But yeah, I've deleted nearly everything. But I've always been overweight. Heavily overweight. I'm talking, at least I was over 300 pounds in 8th grade. I weigh less now than I did when I was in middle school, which is crazy to some people. And I'm about to be, what is today? It's July 7th. 7 days on the 14th, I will be 24 years old. And people always looked at me like I was a freak, an anomaly, a beast, somebody to not talk to. It's just how I was treated. Now, I was also the class clown in a lot of ways. I was very funny, and that's pretty much how I made friends. Not like real close friends, but acquaintances. Why, you know, people fucked with me in any capacity whatsoever is because they thought that I was funny. which I guess does help. Because if you're fat and you're not funny, I don't know, you're fucked, dude. Mm. But yeah, so how people treated you, how people look at you, they just disrespect you. Even your own friends, they might not even realize it. They disrespect you in so many ways. And if you're a big person, you know what I'm talking about. But you just always the constant disrespect, the constant like jokes and shit like that aren't really jokes. Like just everything, right? And I mean, obviously, when I got older, things started to get harder to do. I couldn't, even when I was younger. I never really got invited to do a lot of things because people just knew that I couldn't do things. Um, Never really lived the life of a normal kid. Uh, Even family members, they might not even realize it, but they treated me differently. They still do. Um, they never talked to me as like they talked to the other kids in my family that were my age at the time. They never treated me the same. Uh, and that shit adds up. It does. It adds up. And when I got older, even jobs, it was harder to do jobs. I fluctuated a lot of different jobs because I would be in so much pain from certain things that I'd wind up just being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. Like I physically can't do this anymore. My feet, my joints, everything, killing me, absolutely killing me. Like I'd wind up in the hospital because I take so many painkillers and they wouldn't work. So I just fuck my liver and end up in the hospital or whatever the fuck else. Um, and then I really started to blow up because I started drinking a lot. Started drinking a lot, talking like a 30 rack of Bud Heavy because you're just at that size. You're just a tank. You can tank it all, and obviously calories. You don't even think about it, but calories are ridiculous. Macros, terrible, terrible macros. Um, but yeah, that was like my big reason for losing weight was just the disrespect. I'm talking like women won't even give you the time of day, which I guess why should they? You didn't wanna, you don't look like you're deserving of love. You clearly don't love yourself, so why would anybody else want to love you? I guess, which sucks, but it's the truth. Even now, um, it's the truth. Like I don't know, and I just hated myself so much. Hated myself. I really did. And people say, "Oh, what made you do this?" It was quite literally self-hatred that made me do this. People, some people might take the positive route, and that might work for them. It might work the whole body positivity, and we're getting healthier, this and that, and the other thing, whatever the fuck, happy-go-lucky bullshit that they're on. I don't know. I don't have any of that. I have like, this, like, fucking, I don't even know. If I put it in anime terms, like this Sasuke kind of like self-hatred, like, fucking, that's what it was. It was just self-hatred. That's what did it. What got me through. Self-hatred is what got me to this point. And I'm not nearly where I want to be, trust me. Um, my goal, well, here, let's not get focused on that. Let's focus back on the topic of why we changed, why we're on where we are now. Is because of the ridicule you feel from people. Walking through a grocery store, people looking at you. They still look at me like this, but not as much. But they just look at you like you're a fucking anomaly, which I guess you are. Not as much anymore because America's, getting more and more fat, but I think we're doing better now, but I don't know. Let me take these out, actually. Um, but yeah. And the not being chosen for things, constantly being outcasted because of your weight, constantly being looked down upon, being ridiculed, being treated like you're a piece of garbage. People think you're stupid. People think all kinds of shit because of your size. All right? And that's hard. The sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. And the sooner you change, the better off you'll be. Um, but yeah, that's what caused me to change. And I guess what was the turning point really was not really not really sure. There's a couple turning points, but one of the big ones that I remember is I might have talked about this in the past, but I went to Anime NYC, right? One of the best moments of my life. Still is. I love going to Anime NYC. It's just one of the highlights of my year that I look forward to. But I met Emaru, and I was on stream for a little bit, and just seeing the picture next to Emaru, and just being on stream and seeing myself there and like just everything, the comments, the chat and whatnot, calling me shit and like queso and all this other bullshit they were calling me, and I don't know, it just inspired me to like want to live, right? Want to get better. And then it just kind of flipped that switch of me, I guess. I'm not sure why or what or how, but that was like one of the turning points. And I probably lost about maybe 10 pounds before that. I started to like kind of lock in a little bit with a fast, whatnot. Which at that size, dude, I fasted for like 2 days, 3 days or some shit. Like 2.5, I think. And I dropped like 18 pounds. Don't get me wrong, a lot of it was water weight, but it was definitely a good little boost. Start things off. But yeah, it was just that just disgust. Like I still, even when I see myself, it's just disgusting. Disgusting. I'm repulsed by it. Everything about that life that I lived repulses me. And yeah. And you can't go live in that life anymore. You just can't. Dude, it's not sustainable. Like, and don't get me wrong, I was also like the most, another thing is like you're the most depressed, When I was younger, I thought depression didn't exist. I thought, all this shit didn't exist until I started to get older and it started to catch up with me. It started to catch up with me bad. To the point where now it's like I've been depressed for years. Years. My mental health has not been okay. It's gotten better. But I still get like that bad sometimes. I'm talking like constant sleep paralysis, constant panic attacks in the middle of the night. I wake up like a fucking war veteran sometimes, just screaming. That's how bad it was fucked up. I just wanted to kill myself all the time. Just constantly wanted to die all the time. And that led to the drinking, and that led to this and that, and you get even bigger. Get even bigger, and you don't care if you live or die, and you just don't care. And that's where I was at. And it's not a good place to be. And it might sound like I'm rambling, because I kind of am, because I'm not that structured right now, but I just wanted to make a video and talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to make more videos. I'm going to talk about it more. We're going to have different subjects and things of that sort, but I guess the first one was, why did you want to change? And that's why I wanted to change. That's why I still want to change, because I still look at myself in disgust every day. I have moments where I'm feeling myself a little bit. I feel a little proud of myself, and I look at my, physique a little bit. I kind of look at the traps, and, I kind of like, I feel big, but I feel, good, and I have those moments sometimes, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, I still look at myself with disgust and self-hatred. Constantly do. And Yeah, another reason. It's like when you when you're bigger, right? You always hear people saying like, "Oh, you gotta, can't really force somebody to change," and you really can't. Not man, as much as that person knows, because you don't think I knew when I was that big that it was unhealthy. You don't think I knew that I was gonna die. You didn't think I knew any of that, or how irreversibly I fucked my life up. I knew all that. I knew it all. Didn't didn't matter. Did not matter. Still didn't change. Didn't change until I wanted to change. Until quite literally that switch flipped. That's what it was. And if anybody's watching this and you're overweight or you're as big as I was or you're as big as I am now, you're still not healthy. I'm just healthy compared to what I was, but I'm still not healthy compared to like your average person, right? I go to the gym multiple times a week. Try to go every day, but I work out. If I can't get to the gym, I still do free weight workouts and stuff at home, and I do cardio and shit like that. And, I'm constantly doing my. I'm on a deficit right now. I've been in a deficit for fucking like 2 years now, but I'm currently on 1,500 calories a day, and yeah, it's it is what it is. But just gotta do it for yourself. It is what it is. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta change, because not, you'll die. You'll die, and your life will get worse. Your life will get worse before you die, but you will die sooner than you may think. Yeah, I think the older you see a lot of these older people, you don't see a lot of them old and fat. You know what I'm saying? You do see a couple, but you're talking really old and whatnot, you don't see them fat. And it's like, even if you don't get really old, you want to have a good quality of life up until that point, I'd hope so. But because to be honest with you, and I might talk about this more in another video too, I didn't really start living life just until like the last year or so. I didn't get to experience a lot of things. I had my childhood robbed from me, quite literally robbed from me. And I have a topic that I kind of want to get into about whether childhood obesity is quite literally child abuse, because I think it is. But I'll get into that. But yeah, I had it robbed from me, quite literally. I've caused myself so much irreversible damage, and not necessarily well, parts of it are irreversible, but like, we're talking where I'm at now. We're down 200 pounds. I'm probably carrying at least 20 pounds of loose skin. Especially in certain areas. The fucking the amount of surgery I'm gonna have to get, the amount of money that's gonna cost me alone, if insurance doesn't cover it, which majority of the time they don't, especially for some of the things that I want, just to live a somewhat normal life. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars in surgery and all this bullshit just to look normal, somewhat normal, because I'm not going to be able to recomp everything. There's just some shit that you just can't recomp. No matter how hard you try, you cannot recomp it. Sorry. No matter the amount of peptides you take, which yes, I am taking some peptides, not as much right now because unfortunately I'm going through a period of life that's fucking me up in some ways. But yeah, I'm taking some peptides to help things. It doesn't help everything. Doesn't fix everything. You're talking even not even peptides. If you get into like gear and stuff, no amount of gear is gonna help you. I have to get my labs done, but like, even if I do decide to get on TRT or whatever the fuck, that still only helps a little bit. It's not gonna take care of everything. Just to have a somewhat normal life, it's gonna cost me a ridiculous amount, and the recovery and all that bullshit. It's just so much was robbed from me. So many experiences. just robbed, just taken. And I'll never get them back. I'll never get that back. And when I think about it, it tweaks me the fuck out, but it's fine. Because we're fixing it now. And if you can fix it now, it's better to fix it now than just live in it and let it get worse and then just die. Which is what's going to happen. I mean, we're all going to die, so you can either choose to make more life out of your years or fucking just live in misery until you die sooner than everybody else. It's up to you, but yeah, that's what caused me to change, is all that bullshit, and probably even more that I'm not remembering. I could talk about this for hours, but I've had people ask me just recently, at like a family cookout, what caused you to change? You know, it's really what it is: the disrespect, the people not giving you the time of day, the constantly being scrutinized, the everything. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And it just sucks so much, but it is what it is. Then what else did I want to get? I guess we can somewhat end it here because we're already at the 30-minute mark, and I don't know how many people are watch this. Because we'll get into more things, but I do want to post a thing on my Instagram about like what I eat in a day, because I know some people have asked me and like that nature. Kind of what I'm doing, whatnot. But yeah, this video will probably be titled "What Caused Me to Change." Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a little while. I probably should have thought it out more. That's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright. And I think I look like shit now, even on camera. I think I look like shit. Which it is. Yeah. So yeah, that's what caused me to change. I guess if I have any message out there, is that you need to find out what it is, or what that thing is that would cause you to change. You need to act upon it. You need to harbor it. You need to take it, and you need to harness it, and you need to use it. Every day you gotta use it. Because that like for me, it is the self-hatred. It really is. It just is what it is. It might not be healthy. It might not be whatever. It's what I use every day. When I look at myself and I hate myself, that's what I use. When I think about how women wouldn't give me the time of day, that's what I use. When I think about all that shit, how friends disrespected me, how people didn't talk to me, how people looked at me, I use. So you gotta find out what that is, and you gotta use it. If you can't, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Other than I just plead to you. I just plead to you that you use it. I don't know. But yeah, we'll be making more videos. Don't worry. We'll be making more videos. We'll be doing more. Probably gonna get into the what I eat in a day, how I maintain my calorie deficit, what I train, you know, things like that. But yeah, the first video is gonna be what caused you to change, or what caused me to change, what could cause you to change. But yeah, and I'm not where I am. I'm not where I want to be, because I mean, this is me now. You see me now. I probably look a little more disgusting on camera. Not really sure, but I take some okay pictures sometimes. And now I notice, like, the smaller I get, people do treat me a little differently. People do treat me differently. I do get a little more attention from women. I do get, you know, things of that nature. People don't look at me as disgustingly and whatnot, but it's still there because I'm still morbidly obese, but it's just not as bad. It's still there. It's just not as bad. And yeah, and then hopefully one day I'll be where I be. I don't think I'll ever really be where I want to be because I'm probably so fucked up from body dysmorphia and all this other bullshit that I'm never really want to be. But my goal currently, I'll share this now. Before we end here, my goal currently is to be around, want to get down to about 280 to 260 and just build as much muscle mass as possible, do as much body recomposition as possible. And that's probably where I'll get into like how I train and how I eat and stuff. And then if anybody has any suggestions, more than welcome to throw them my way because I'm just kind of doing this shit on my own accord. But yeah, that's the goal. Is lose much weight as possible, lose much fat as possible, and build as much muscle. And I've currently noticed, because I mean, you get it with the territory, but when you lose that much weight, you're not going to be as strong as you once were, because you lose some muscle. You can control a little bit how much muscle you lose, but or how much heavy training you do and shit like that, you will lose some muscle. It just is what it is. You're losing that much weight, you're bound to lose some muscle too. Negate it as much as possible, but you will lose a little bit. Yeah, that's my goal, is to get probably another 40 pounds and build as much muscle as possible. I'm talking, I want to look like a mini P.E.K.K.A, dude. I want to be a little tank, a little juggernaut. You know what I mean? I'm not the tallest motherfucker, so that's kind of what I'm working on. That's about the only thing in my life I can control right now, is how much weight I lose and how I look. That's about all I can control. Shit is not going well personally, in many other aspects, but yeah. That's about the only thing you can control. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Might be fucked in a lot of ways in life, but one thing you can do is to decide how you want to look and present yourself, and how you want to, and like your body. Like how much weight you want to lose, how much muscle you want to gain, shit like that. You can control that. That's about all you can do. Everything else might be going crazy. Shit might be going sideways, and it might be harder to do those things, but that's the one thing you can control. Yourself and your mind. It's gonna be hard some days, but I think you can do. But yeah, man. That's the end of the video for now. We're at almost 40 minutes, so I've done a lot of rambling. So I'm gonna stop it here. But I appreciate y'all, and I will be uploading more videos. If anybody even watches this one, I don't know. But that's kind of where we're at, and I will see you all next time. I don't know.